This was never meant to be found. For 500 years it lay buried beneath the ground, an object left unfinished, never used, as if someone simply vanished halfway through. The year 1500, a world on the edge of change, but also a world still trapped in fear. Disease spreads without warning, war is never far away, and uncertainty shapes daily life. The plague still haunts Europe. No one truly understands it. Some call it punishment, others divine will, and for many, God is the only answer. The Church holds immense power. It shapes how people think, how they live, and how they die. Society itself is rigid, divided. The nobility rule, the clergy guide and control, and the rest work the land, generation after generation. Most people never leave the place where they are born. Life is simple, hard, predictable. But something is changing. Slowly, cities begin to grow. Trade increases. Ideas begin to spread. And with them, tension. Across Europe, conflict is rising. Kingdoms compete. Alliances shift. And soon, war will erupt on a scale few have ever seen. The Italian Wars, a series of conflicts that will drag entire nations into chaos. And even places far from the battlefield will feel the consequences. In the region of Zottegem lives a notary, not a soldier, not a noble, but a man of importance, a man people depend on. He records agreements, transfers land ownership, confirms rights. He brings structure to a world that is often uncertain. And every agreement must be sealed, not with ink, but with pressure, with wax, with a mark that proves identity. A seal, unique, personal, impossible to deny. Pressed into hot wax, it leaves a mark, a seal impression, permanent, recognizable, binding. For a young man, receiving his own seal is more than symbolic. It is recognition, responsibility, authority. It means stepping into the world as someone who matters. The notary's son is approaching that moment. Almost 18, standing between youth and adulthood, between dependence and independence. He has grown up watching his father, learning, observing, understanding the weight of decisions. Soon he will carry his own seal, his own name, his own place in the world. Perhaps he feels pride, perhaps pressure, perhaps both. The notary prepares for this moment with great care. Nothing is left to chance. He commissions a craftsman, the best in the area, a man who understands metal, a man who knows how to carve identity into something that will endure. The process takes time, it always does. The metal must be selected, shaped, heated, worked. Each movement is deliberate, each step precise. Then come the details, letters, symbols. Every line matters, because once it is finished, it cannot be undone. This is not just an object, it is a legacy. Day after day, the craftsman works, slowly bringing the seal to life. The form begins to emerge, the identity takes shape. But before it can be completed, everything changes. News spreads, at first distant, whispers, rumors, then closer, more urgent, more real. War. Troops move across the land. Tension rises. Fear spreads faster than any message. And suddenly, there is no more time. Decisions must be made, quickly, without certainty. Stay and risk everything, or leave and abandon it all. There is no right answer, only consequences. The choice is made. They flee. Perhaps in the early morning, perhaps in the dead of night. There is no time for goodbyes, no time for reflection. Homes are left behind, possessions abandoned, memories left in place. Only the essentials are taken. And somewhere, in a quiet workshop, something is forgotten. The seal, unfinished, still in the hands of the craftsman, or perhaps left on his workbench. Never delivered, never completed, waiting for a moment that will never come. And then silence. The workshop empties. The village changes. Life continues without them. Dust begins to settle. Seasons pass. Rain falls. Winters come and go. Years turn into decades, decades into centuries. The story fades. Names are forgotten. Lives erased. And the seal? Lost. Buried. Hidden beneath layers of time. Waiting. Until today, 2026. A quiet field. Nothing remarkable at first glance. Just land, grass, soil. But beneath the surface, history waits. A metal detectorist walks slowly, listening, sweeping, searching, step by step, signal by signal. Most of what he finds is meaningless, scrap, fragments, pieces of a recent past. But then, a sound, clear, sharp, different. The kind of signal that makes you stop, that makes you pay attention. He scans again. The signal remains, stronger than expected. He begins to dig, carefully, patiently. Each movement controlled, each layer of soil removed, revealing a little more of the unknown. The ground resists, but he continues. And then he sees it. A small object, hidden for centuries. At first, unrecognizable, covered in dirt, worn, damaged. But slowly, its shape becomes clearer. The base, the engraving, and the broken loop. This is a seal, but something is wrong. It was never finished. The details are incomplete, the form interrupted, as if time itself stepped in and stopped the process. The loop is broken. Was it ever whole? Was it worn around the neck, carried close, lost in chaos? Or did it break after centuries underground? There are no answers, only questions. Did the notary's son ever see it? Did he survive the war? Did he build a new life somewhere else? Did he receive another seal? Or was this moment lost forever? And the craftsman, what became of him? Did he return to his workshop? Did he remember what he left behind? Or did this object outlive them all? A fragment of a life interrupted. A story without an ending. And now, centuries later, it returns, not to explain, but to remind us that history is not always complete, that sometimes what is missing is just as important as what remains. Some objects tell us exactly what they are, and others remind us how much we will never know. What do you think happened here?